Hey, what's going on? This is finally Cedric. Please make sure to like and subscribe, please. Let's talk about mask. The big conversation about mask from a non-partisan place, all right? The obvious things about the mask conversation with the new CDC guidelines saying that if you are vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask inside, going as far as to say you can hug other people inside without a mask who are vaccinated as well. So, what does that really mean to us in our society? And the discussion that we're having about wearing masks that has been so partisan and so divisive. Well, we're going to touch on all of the different arguments and try to come to a solution. Isn't that what we really want to do, come to a solution, or do we want to just argue and fight about it? But I think we have to make things really clear and to point out really how hypocritical or unwise people's points are, and disarm those points so that we can really actually get down to keeping people safe as well as bettering our lives, which is really important because a lot of people's lives are being hindered and is having a lot of bad outcomes for a lot of people, whether you talk about mental health and all types of things. So let's really talk about this in an honest way. Now, conservatives, as a person who I might be a little bit more conservative than a lot of people, I'm just playing with words right now with that particular statement, and that's it. Because I'm trying to stay away from politics as much as possible. So, as a person who might be more conservative than a lot of people, let me just say that what conservatives feel is, okay, for a long time, we already knew. Why would you, if you've been vaccinated, why would you wear a mask inside or outside for that matter? What do liberals believe? They believe, man, you better wear a mask even if you're outside. Okay? So that's what some liberals believe. Maybe a lot of liberals. Maybe, they're very pro-mask. All right? So now that we have new guidelines from the CDC, conservatives are ready to, let's go and put this in place. Let's go right now, man. You heard what the CDC said. Now, liberals, there are some liberals, we got to wait and see how this, plays out. But the liberal leadership, including Nancy Pelosi, they're like, hold on, keep those masks on, baby. No, keep those masks on. And then conservatives are like, hold on for a minute. You've been telling us to follow the science and listen to the CDC. Now you want me to keep my mask on inside, and I'm vaccinated. We're all vaccinated here inside the House chambers. Because Nancy Pelosi, she's the head of the House of Representatives. So what she says goes. It's her house, right? Quote unquote, right? Okay. So whoo, man. We have a big problem. Now, let's just be honest. That doesn't make any sense for the CDC to make guidelines and for the House of Representatives to not follow them. It makes no sense, all right? Or you can say it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, let's just say that Nancy Pelosi is being super, super safe, all right? She's being super, super safe, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because it just doesn't make a lot of sense, all right? Now, but it gets more complicated than that. How about places of business? How about places of business where, let's just say the Treehouse. I'm just making up a name. There's a restaurant called the Treehouse in whatever state, all right? So the CDC says if you have been vaccinated, you can go inside the treehouse and have dinner with your family, and no one has to wear a mask if they're vaccinated. The problem is the treehouse is a private company, and they can decide whether or not they wear a mask inside their home, inside their business or not. But the citizen is like, I don't want to wear a mask inside the treehouse. So we have a problem here. Unless we have a vaccine passport, which conservatives and a lot of people, it's not just conservatives, it might be anti-vaccine people, and people who, I guess, libertarians and things of that nature, people who believe they want to keep their private health information very private, all right? They say, no, we're not going to have a vaccine passport. No, you have your cruise lines. They want to, I'm sorry for the darkness, but this is my first time doing a video this late. I have to turn the light on. So you have the cruise lines. They want to make it mandatory that people, because the CDC and the government's like, no, you're not opening back up. No, you're not going to open back up. You must be crazy, But they're like, but wait, all of our employees are going to be vaccinated, and we're going to ensure that anyone who wants to ride on the cruise will be vaccinated. To me, that sounds great. I'm for a vaccine passport, but I'm also for private citizens being able to not wear a mask inside if they do not want to. Okay? But the problem is going to come. This is probably the best solution, is having a limited vaccine passport. But conservatives are going to probably say no on that. There's going to be a strong no by conservatives. So then you have liberals. I think there's some liberals who won't want the vaccine passport because they're trying to keep things very stringent. I'm not really sure about that though. The problem is that we have some liberals like Nancy Pelosi who are going against the CDC guidelines concerning wearing a mask. So we have people like Nancy Pelosi who they just want to hold on, in my opinion, to the power that they have. And they want to hold on to where we've been the last year that was so divisive, right? And I ask, why can't we just agree on things that are obvious? We know what the science is saying. And throughout the last year, we have been fighting over things that were obvious. And when you do that, people get really upset. They get angry. Some people, they counter up as, this is another reason why I don't like this place, and so it triggers people to be angry, to be upset, to not like other people, to get into arguments and to get into altercations with people and to do things, like get on a bus and, knife somebody or do something else violent because of mask, because there's so much argument about things that are obvious, and we should not have that. And so that's a big problem that we're having right now in our country, is that we really need to agree on things that are obvious. But again, it's the people of the United States' job to make sure that people that that our politicians are agreeing on things that are obvious. Now, again, for the last year, we've been hearing, oh, listen to the CDC, the CDC. Oh, the CDC hasn't said that yet. We know it's true, or they'll deny that it's true. But the CDC has not said that yet, so we can't do it just yet. No, we got to wait for the CDC guidance on that. Now the CDC is saying, now the CDC who has been so cautious all this time, right? They've been so cautious. Now they're saying if you're inside, by all means, don't wear a mask. You can wear a mask if you want to. By all means, don't wear that mask. The CDC was held to this high standard. And now we're being told, don't listen to the CDC. Right? Now, conservatives, if you want your freedom, we're going to have to move this mask thing out of the way. And we're going to have to, be smart about this now. Now, I don't know if it's not constitutional. Someone said today on Fox News, oh, it's not constitutional for, us to have a vaccine passport. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's true. I don't know. No, it might not have been Fox News. I'm sorry. It might have been Mr. Temple. Anyway, I don't know about that. But all I do know is that I don't care if someone knows that I've had the vaccine or that I've had corona. I haven't had corona yet, not that I know of. But I am vaccinated. I don't care if I had corona. I wouldn't care if someone knew. Who cares? It's like having a cold, basically. I mean, come on. I mean, who cares? To me, that's not private information. And maybe the Supreme Court will maybe the courts will even rule that. That's not super private information that needs to be protected, all right? Okay? So, but that's why we have lawyers, and that's why we have a judicial system. But I'm for a limited vaccine pass. Now, when you talk about a vaccine pass for your job, you can't work here unless you have a vaccine. I don't know. That's kind of tough. But the thing is, y'all, is that I want to say, why not? Unless you have some kind of health issue that will prevent you from having a vaccine, then I would say to the business owner, well, if most of the people at your job is vaccinated, then it's no big deal if a few people aren't vaccinated for a certain type of reason, okay? I don't know, it could be health, it could be a religious reason, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or a strong conviction, okay? But anyway, I'm about to run out of space here on my phone, so let me close it up. But I think I have given you the different ideas. What do you think?